My top 5 Propstream lists for 2023. What is up, guys? Zach in here, and in today's video, I want to break down my top 5 Propstream lists for you to start getting wholesaling deals. Lists that, yes, they are known about, but I truly believe they are underutilized. And when you pull them, you have the best chance of getting wholesaling real estate deals. I truly believe that most wholesalers just go into Propstream and they go, okay, I'm going to click this button and click this button, and they get leads, but they don't actually end up doing really well or getting a ton of wholesaling deals, right? And what I want to do today is show you how to pull that list, but also add what we call the flip with Rick filters, the special filters inside of Propstream, so you can actually go out here and get wholesaling real estate deals. I can tell you right now, a lot of you guys use Propstream or know about Propstream or maybe don't know about it, but you're really underutilizing it. You're only using about 70% of what it can offer. And if you just use that extra 30%, it can help you out. So before we get into it, guys, you can do a 7-day free trial to Propstream at listrei.com, listrei.com. So what is Propstream? Propstream is basically the #1 software for pulling lists, data, and all these things, right? There's a million of these free softwares out here that pull stuff, but they're honestly trash data. Propstream puts about close to, I would say it's almost in the 8 figures in research and development for the best data possible. It comes with the Drawing for Dollars app, all these great things. I'm not here to convince you to go use it. I'm just going to show you the best list for it. But you pull a list on this versus pulling it from a free list. So for example, I've done a lot of experiments. And so I've pulled the vacant list from a free thing. That's all I can say. And then I've pulled it from Propstream. And then we've used batch skip tracing just as a neutral party. And we see the results. And I have personally found in my own wholesaling business about 50% better data. So I get 50% more leads, 50% better quality conversations, and 50% more revenue in my pocket because I'm getting better data. So I know everyone's like, oh, can you use this free software instead? If you use a free trash software from someone that wants to skimp out on data costs and skimp out on the best stuff, that's what you're going to get. So Propstream's the top dog because they put the most money into making the best. So let's talk about this. Let's get into it. And let's talk about my top 5 best Propstream list. But before I break it down, guys, I got to cue the intro. I got to get you guys jacked up right now to start wholesaling real estate. So let's just get into this. I'm excited for it. There's a lot of honorable mentions that didn't make it because I feel like everyone does them. And, after seeing people do well, do not, there's some ones you should honestly just frankly avoid. And so one in particular, I would say, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like #1, I would say don't go out here and try to pull like a general high equity list. Now, guys, most of my deals locally come from high equity and I use direct mail with it, right? Should you be doing that? Probably not. The problem is everyone does the high equity, which means you're going to get the results of the average person. Now, we use the RS postcard. We have a big staff and we have huge amount of money we spend every month on direct mail. We can do it. For the average person, probably not. And there's a reason why I say this. You shouldn't be doing that if you're just starting out in Propstream or you're using it and you're doing like a regular SMS or cold calling, right? I would get a little more niche down on this because you want less wholesalers being on that list, but you also want it to have the same motivation. So let's break this down. Let's get into it. So #5 here, this is an amazing list. This is a list I absolutely love that most wholesalers, they complain and cry to me. They don't do it. So just go to Propstream and do it, right? This is basically going to be the water shutoff list. This is going to be a list of people that don't have water. Like there's no stinking water running on the property. What do you think is going to happen when there's no water running on inside the house? You do not want to live in the house. It's ew. Okay. Like nobody wants to live like that. You're going to live like a caveman like that. Like, that's not what you want to do. So the water shutoff list, this is a list. People got no water in the house. It got shut off because they're not paying it. Now, this is a list you can get, from the government, but it's very difficult to get. And a lot of people really struggle with it. So you can actually go inside of Propstream and use it. And so what I want to do is just go inside of Propstream really quick and show you how to do it. So one thing I'm going to do is let's just pull up a regular market and pull the water shutoff list. So let's go inside of here and let's go here. Alrighty. Okay, so let's do Oklahoma. All right. So we are inside here on listrei.com. And so let's go here and try this out. So this is the water shutoff list and let's see what we got here. So I'm going to go here and we're going to go. So I chose Tulsa, Oklahoma, pretty easy and simple. So how to pull the water shutoff list. Every single market is a little different when it comes to the water shutoffs. But honestly, all you do here is you click filter, you go to lien. And when you're under liens, you want to get the utility lien. There's no specific water shutoff button. So this is kind of a secret list, if you will. But it gets good results. So you get a quick list choice. Oh no, it's not on here. What do I do? Do I give up? Do I cry? No, you go to specific lien type and you go all the way here to utility lien. That is the key. Now, there's only 4 on here. So, I mean, obviously every market's going to be a little different on here. There's going to be 4 on here. If I do another city, it's probably going to be a lot different, right? But honestly, it does change on which one you want to do. So if somebody in the comments can let me know what market they want, I can go pull that list for you there too. And so I see Jacksonville's on here. So Jacksonville doesn't really have any much on there either. And so that's always going to be the issue for it. For example, I pull up on here, but like if I do kind of where I lived, so let's just do West Palm Beach to here. So like if I do like kind of a more local market to me, like West Palm Beach, Florida, it's going to pop up 135 water shutoffs, right? And then from there, we can even filter out even more. And so like some really good filters that I always use here, and honestly, like I don't like wasting my time. All 135 are probably not going to be the best ones to be going after, right? If I'm just looking to wholesale real estate, right? If I'm just looking to wholesale houses, this is probably not going to be my top one to be doing. So what I'd rather do instead is, let's kind of go through this and see what we want, right? We go to property characteristics. I only want to do single family or multifamily. I don't want to do a condo or townhouse if my buyers aren't there, right? Maybe you want to do condo townhouse, right? There's going to be a lot of those in there. But like if you just want to do cheap single family properties, that'll be a good one too. Now, MLS status, I want to make sure the property is not on the market. I'm not an MLS wholesaler. I'm not a big fan of it. Ownership information. The only one I really care about, I just don't want this person to own more than 5 houses. It's ridiculous. And there's not going to be good deals. And then from max value, I don't want to be wholesaling houses over about 600K in West Palm Beach, Florida. And so this kind of brings it down a little more. Equity, personally for me, because I like doing subject to deals and lease options and low equity deals, I'll keep it. But if I'm specifically looking to wholesale houses, right, I want the equity right here. So it's like, I want equity to be at least 40%, right? And I mean, that doesn't really affect much, but there's going to be decent properties, you know? And these are ones when the water shut off. And so like, for example, hopefully YouTube is not mad at me for this, but I can just click this property right here and I can go to lien details right here. And I get very specific information on the lien. And so this is like really cool stuff. So let me go a little quieter here. There we go. I can go here. And so I see here that this person has a debt for $56 for the utility service. Is that the owner's name? Yeah, that's the owner. And so the owner, that name, I ain't gonna even try to say it, did not pay the utility bill. And so there is oh, look at this. See, there's multiple liens on this property. So this is definitely one you guys definitely should be going after. So like I go here, for example, I mean, look at this. This property right here has HOA. So they have not paid their HOA, $2,415 at 10% interest rate, still hasn't paid the lien still on there. And then they have an additional lien on here. So, whoa, that's a good property right there to be going after, right? You see here, it was listed for sale for $379, but it did fail. Is that good? Is that bad? You know, we gotta have to see on there. But one thing you gotta understand is the lien is still active on this, so it's good to be going after. Now, if the lien was like done already, then sure, we don't want to be going after it. But that's a good one. There's a lot of these good properties out here. So number 5 here, water shutoff list, definitely should be going after it. That's a great one that I absolutely love. Now, number 4 here, this is going to be one that people know about, but the majority of wholesalers I talk to, they don't pull this list. And I think it's ridiculous they don't pull this list because they honestly should be going after and pulling this list. This is going to be the tax delinquencies and the tax liens. If you're not paying your property tax bills or you're behind on your property tax bills, you're going to be a very good motivated seller. So we're going to be a really good wholesaling deal. Now, the big question I always get here is what's the difference between a tax delinquency and a tax lien? Because there's actually a huge difference between these two, right? In my personal opinion, the tax delinquency list is going to be way better than the tax lien list. Now, the tax delinquency list is going to be a list of people that are 1 to 2 years behind on their tax. And then the tax lien list is usually, sometimes it's 2. There's 3,000 tax offices and lien people that do liens like that all over the country, right? But the majority after 2 years, then they put a lien on the house, right? Putting a lien is a lot of work. And then when they sell the house, then that lien has to be paid off, right? But for the majority of people out here, the tax delinquency is going to be bigger. And so they haven't paid for 1 year or 2 years. They just haven't paid their tax bill. So if you're a beginner in wholesaling real estate, you don't know much about it, basically how it works is when you're starting out as a beginner, right? You don't know much about this stuff, but when you own property, you have to pay your taxes every single year to the county. And I mean, sometimes it's a parish. I mean, they got different names for it, but you have to pay it every single year. And if you don't pay it, then you're behind on the taxes, and they could take your property over, put a lien on the house. So this is a list of people just not paying their taxes. So it's a pretty good one. So let me know in the comments. Actually, I will just do Dallas Fort Worth because I see it right on there. And so what we're going to do here is go to Dallas, and we're going to see what we got. So let's do Dallas. I think it's Dallas County, right? So let's go here. So we're going to do Dallas County, and we're going to pull the tax delinquency list in the liens. So I'll go to Dallas County. So boom, Dallas County. Oh, we got to clear all here actually really quick. Hold on, pull this up. Okay, here, there we go. All right. So what we're going to do here is go to Dallas County. We're going to go to filter. We're going to go to quick list choice. And quick list choice, where you got all these great little lists here, right? I'll do a whole breakdown on this at the end, but like tax delinquencies is right here. So pretty simple. These are people behind on their taxes. And so as you see, there's a lot of people not paying the property tax. Whoa, that's a big list. And so am I telling you to go cold call right now, 127,000? Whoa. No. That is way too big. We really got to make this smaller. And so the way I look at things here is, what is going to be something like, how can I filter that down for me to have the best chance if I pull this list, call this list, text it, reverse drive for dollars, whatever I do? What is the best shot that I have to go out here and get a wholesaling deal from just spending, let's say, $3,000 or let's say $1,000, right? If I spend $1,000 on a marketing campaign, what is the best chance, best case scenario that I get a wholesaling deal? Well, 127,000 is a lot of leads. It's going to be very costly to do. So we really, you don't have the, I mean, you have an amazing chance doing all of it, but like you're going to blow your budget. So it's not worth it. So how are we going to niche this one down? Right. And so what I'm going to do is, there we go. I'm going to niche this one down so we make it the best point. Right. So most people, they go to tax delinquencies and then they go, boom, safe search. And then that's all they do. Right. That's not what we're looking to do. We are going to go to filter. All right. We are going to go a little crazier on here. All right. So do I care about this one or that one? No. So I'm going to go here to property characteristics, and we're only going to deal with single families and multifamilies for now. We're not going to make it any crazier, right? Or actually, if you want to do condos, you can do condos, but I probably wouldn't. Let's just do residential for now. All right. Let's make it easy. Let's make it simple. Okay. Actually, let's get rid of condos. We're wholesaling houses today. All right. So condos do work in Dallas, but let's just avoid them for now because houses are going to be more lucrative right now. So let's do single family, right? Do I care about any of this stuff? Not really. There's a bunch of gurus who are like, don't do HOAs or do HOAs. I wholesale a lot of deals with HOAs, so I'm not that upset over it. We're going to go here to on market. We're going to click no. We do not want to deal with on market property. No, like stupid. Okay. We're not going to deal with that. So we don't want properties that are listed with a realtor right now currently. Now we're going to go to this one, pre-foreclosure, any of this stuff. Don't really care about that right now. Next here, we're going to go to ownership information. Now, this is when we can start niching it out. For years of ownership, I talk to people that say 10 years, 12 years. I like to do 3 years. I want them to own it for at least 3 years. They're a lot more motivated once they own it for over 3 years. That's just been my opinion. A little bit of equity build up on the deal. That's what I found. So we're going to use it for 3 years here. Owner types in a very, very important one here. We're going to do individual, mixed, and trust. We do not, I know your guru says something else. I just don't deal with corporate owned properties. I'm not a big fan of them. I will wholesale them, but for you starting out, I would not be touching it. It is just not worth it for you right now to be doing that. So we're not going to do that. Okay. And then our properties owned. I don't want to deal with a seller that owns more than 5 houses. It is a headache. And especially for you right now, do not want to deal with it, right? We can even go crazier. Like, do we have people that are senior citizens, people that are veteran? I don't touch that. I think it's just stupid, just whatever. And then top of that, we can go to lien divorce status. I don't really care about liens right now. We're just doing that. And then this is really when we start niching things down. This is when we kind of get into the valuation and equity filter on here. Now, we got to look at the type of properties we want, right? And so I'm just going to figure out what the median home price. So median home price for Dallas County. So Dallas County has a median home price of Dallas has 309,000. So we want to be let's just be under 300,000 for this. Okay. So let's do estimated value. We want the max to be 300. Okay. We just want to be below the median home prices for most cash buyers are at. So we're not getting any of the crazy nice properties. Now we're going to be at What? Oh, I'm covering it. I'm sorry, guys. Oops. Oh, I just gotta get myself off here. Okay. 18,000. So we went from 127 to 18,000, which is great. And now next one we're gonna do is estimated equity, which is gonna be right here. We want to do at least 40% equity. I like even going up to 50 to 60, but it only really took 2,000 out of that. So nothing crazy, right? And then from there, like I know everyone gives mortgage information and all this crazy stuff, but honestly, 16,000 is really low. Like I mean, I reduced that list by 10, like by 90%. So I know that seems like not a crazy big difference, but Dallas County is huge. Like just FYI, like if I switch the city on here to like, let's do West Palm Beach, that's like 146. Like that's how big it is, right? And if we do like a median type Atlanta, like if I did like Atlanta, Georgia, that list is like 3,000. And so like Dallas is big. Okay. I mean, huge. All right. And so like, I think it's a pretty niche down list from there for the tax delinquencies and liens. So that's delinquencies. Now, if I want to do tax liens, right? Let's say we want to do Atlanta. What I'm going to do is, how do I do the liens? So all I'm going to do here is go to filter. Now we want to keep the same filters we have. So let's go back here and just do it really quick. Residential, single family. We'll add multifamilies on there too. MLS, no MLS. I want to make sure I don't skip anything. 3 years ownership, individual, mixed trust. 5 max. All right. And then valuation. What's Atlanta's median home price? So Atlanta's median home price is going to be 376. So let's stay under 350. I know majority of the Atlanta houses you're wholesaling are way below that, but just for a general consensus. And so equity is going to be do 40%. Now this is just general houses, like just in general, right? But now if I'm going to go liens, I'm going to go up here to the lien, bankruptcy, divorce status. And I'm covering it again. Geez, sorry guys. All right. And then I'm going to click here and do specific lien. I'm just going to click tax lien. And so when you saw that, it literally went from 20,000 all the way down to 4,000. And so looking at that, like that list specifically with all these little search criteria, a quarter of them are behind on their taxes. That's how motivated of a list that is. Where I just pull a random, like I just use my general, flip of the brick filters for Propstream. A quarter of those already are behind on their taxes. It's ridiculous. And so if I look at the data here, how many of those are delinquent on their taxes? 4,000. That's a big amount. And so it's crazy. So like how much of these are vacant? Only 600 of those are vacant. 636 are vacant, right? There's a lot of these crazy ones out here. And so what I could tell you is this is a great list to be going after. And so I just go here, quick list, go to tax lien, boom. And so like if I'm going to pull the tax lien list, that's how I'm doing it. And so you guys have to understand that if you don't use those filters, you're going to have like 30,000. That's way too much. Like that is way, way, way too many leads to be going after, especially as a beginner. You want to kind of niche it down a little more. And I know that's not like the smallest niche list possible out here, right? They can get even lower on there. But the tax delinquency is the tax lien list. Great list to be going after. I love it. So let's talk about number 3 here. This is going to be the tired landlord list, right? Guys, I'm a sucker for the tired landlord list. I can't lie about it. Guys, I've made so much money with landlords that are sick of being landlords that you guys are just not doing. I talked to the average wholesaler. Like, why aren't you going after the tired landlord list? Oh, I don't know how to. Oh, it's too difficult. Oh, it's too much work. Well, with Propstream, it's pretty simple, right? Now, there's 2 different type of tired landlord. Bleh. You can tell this is a live, FYI. I'm getting tongue-tied here. But there's 2 different type of tired landlord lists out here. There's my personal favorite, and then there's the Propstream. Now, the Propstream one's great. Like, don't think I'm crapping on the tired landlord list on Propstream, but there are better options out here. Now, the best tired landlord list to be going after is the government list one. Okay. This is actually going to be one from the government that literally costs no money at all. And so basically what this list is, you go to basically it's the evictions list. I don't know what else to say it, but it's the evictions list. So this is going to be a list of people that have filed evictions on their tenant. Love this list, guys. If you're not going after it, you get it from the government for free. It's a great one. Propstream has a different way of how they find tired landlords, right? The point of the tired landlord list is just to find people that are landlords that are sick of the property and just want to sell it, right? So the evictions is the most motivation, right? But there's a different type of one that is not evicting their tenants. And this is what Propstream goes after. It's a lot bigger. These are people that have owned rental properties for a very long time. That's pretty much it. And I know it sounds kind of like, well, that's stupid. Like it's just going to be rich people that own rental property. Like that's dumb. It's really not. I hate to tell you, but when you're a little older, you just want to sell it, maybe put in a 401k and not deal with the hassle of being a landlord. And that's somebody that owns a lot of rental properties. I don't really evict tenants because they get out of it, but they still trash my houses. And, I don't ever want to get rid of them, but like I second guess myself sometimes, like, oh, wait, all these rentals, it's such a big mess, right? So the way you can do on Propstream is pretty easy, and you don't have to go pull all these crazy ones. So let me know in the comments what tired landlord list I should pull. First person to comment a market, I will do for them. So let me know, and we'll use listria.com and pull it. So let me know where we pull it on here. So what I'm going to do here is get rid of the tax. So we're going to keep this filter roughly. I'll change the estimated value for the next city or county. But we're going to see what market I should be doing. All right, let's do, let's see here. So we already did Jacksonville, so I ain't going to do Jacksonville. Let's do Mobile, Alabama. All right, cool. All right, Mobile, Alabama. Let's get the tied landlord list from there. And so all I'm really going to do is go here, and I'm going to go to Mobile, Alabama. And so from just the general filters that I have on here, let's kind of get there's going to be 350. So what I'm going to do is I can add on top of that filter here, tired landlords. Pretty easy, right? So click here, tired landlords. It's going to be about 1,715 with the list I did. Now, if I just cleared all my filters out right here, we do Mobile, Alabama. It's going to be, where is it? Right here. It's about 34,000 tired landlords, which is crazy to think about. 34,000 tired landlords. Now, obviously, you're Mobile, Alabama. You don't want to be going after 34,000 type of properties. It's ridiculous, right? I mean, text blasting, that's going to be a fortune to take forever, right? So we're just going to go, we're going to do a little more, right? So we're just going to do residential property. I like the multifamily on there, so I'm not going to deal with that. Get rid of on market. All righty. We're going to go, no, none of that. Ownership info, own for 3 years. And see the corporate one for tired landlords, the corporation one, it's up to you. Honestly, for the tired landlords, I ain't going to touch it because there are people that own it. So let's see how many get off when I do that. So about a fourth of these are owned under corporations. So I'm going to keep it, right? And so one thing also on top of this is you just go to liens, right? I can add ones that have like tax lien. So these are landlords that aren't even paying their taxes. That could be a good one too. But you go to valuation. I don't do Mobile, Alabama average home price. So 183. So we want to give under 200. Let's do 220 because these are rentals, right? So that's good on here. The equity, I want to be at like 40% equity. I don't really care because they are rental properties. And then, so ownership, I can do how many properties they own. That's going to reduce it like crazy. I think 5. The point is, when you own more than 5 rentals, you're way less likely to sell at a discount. Just FYI, it's these mom and pop tired landlords that we want to be going after. And so you don't want to be the guy or gal out here that is just frankly like, oh, I'm only going to go after people that own more than 10 deals, right? Because I can do 10 at a time. It ain't going to be that easy. You're wanting to get big discounts on these deals. I'm telling you, the tired landlord list is great, but you got to do it the right way. So make sure right here that not more than 5 owned, and then boom, you have about 1,957 to be going after, and you should do fine on that, right? You could filter it out even more. Like if I'm like Zach, I only have 1,000 leads. We got to split this in half. What would I do? Personally, I would bump equity to 60%. I'd bump equity up to 60%. That doesn't do much, unfortunately for me. I would probably do ownership. I'd probably reduce this to 3. And then if I even want to go crazier on this, right, I can go to valuation and I want to make this under 150. And so like if, how do I get this even lower? What can I do here? Let's just do single family. Let's get rid of condos. Okay, we're still not under 1,000. How do I reduce this list even more? And I don't want to get rid of anything that's going to be valuable. I would probably, if I really had to, this hurts. No, the corporate still works really well on this one. So I'm fighting this in my mind. I would say you probably have to go to bump the equity up just a tad. There we go. Let's do 61% equity on 53. There we go. So if I had to make the list like under 1,000, that's really the way I look at things, right? Now, the issue is 3 rental properties. Why am I at 5, right? One of the biggest wholesaling deals I've ever done was a tired landlord that owned 3 houses. He owned 3. And so I used to be like 2. And then this guy, I did 2 $70,000 deals with this guy because he owned 3. He owned his regular home where he lived in, but he owned 2 trashed rental properties. And I made 70 grand on both of them. So 140K basically on one appointment going on both houses. So because of, I can only say from my experience, for making $140,000. I like to do 5. I don't like to go under 5. I've wholesaled houses where I made like $10,000 each on like those other separate properties too. But honestly, between you and me, 5 is going to be my limit here. So the reason is I make my rules based on my personal experience. So I know that seems selfish, but because I've done 2 $70,000 deals with one guy that owned 3 retired landlord deals, I don't want to touch how many houses they own, because some people get lucky. Some people get, I don't even get into it because it's funny, but he owned it with a partner, so he was able to do like 3 of these. But I can tell you, retired landlord list, very underutilized. You're probably watching this video. I will say the majority of wholesalers watching this video have never pulled the evictions or actually marketed to retired landlords ever. Let me know in the comments. Actually, can we do this? I actually want to try this really quick. I think I can make a poll on the chat. Let's see if I can make a poll. All right, let's make a poll. I can add a poll, right? Yeah, start a poll. Be honest. Okay. Have you marketed to retired landlords? I legit want to, guys, you have to be 100%. Okay. So keep it 100. Have you marketed to retired landlords? I want your honest opinion. It's anonymous. It's an anonymous poll, but I added a poll on here. I want to know, have you honestly in your, like, I want you to say the truth. I'm not going to see who voted yes or no. Have you pulled the retired landlord list, the evictions or the retired landlords on Propstream, listria.com, and have you marketed to it? I'll tell you, the majority of wholesalers probably haven't, if they're doing the honest truth. And so like I go here, let's go here. And I just want to like the truth. I truly believe most wholesalers watching, and the people watching this, I want you to know, they're the ones who actually like take action. These are the people watching this stream are actually action takers. That's the funny part. They're actually action takers. And the majority of action takers haven't done it. I think that just shows you have to be doing it. And so like I go here on the poll, I'm on the channel right here. It says here 68% haven't. That's ridiculous. 68% haven't. Isn't that crazy? 68% of action takers, legitimately being honest with themselves, haven't done the retired landlord list. I made $140K off of just literally one postcard from that. And so I feel like I'm trying to convince you, like I'm going to get like some like, oh, I split on the deal. I ain't going to split on I'm not getting no split on your deal here. I just want you to get rich. I'm telling you, go do it. All right. Like it's ridiculous. And so there's people they've marketed to evictions and things like that. That's great, but you guys should be doing it consistently. And so I talk about it all the time. Go do it. I show you how to do it right here. Now, number 2 here, this is a controversial one, but when I think of the wholesaler that comes up to me and says, Zach, my market's so saturated. It's so difficult. Oh, I've done it. My best quote. I've done everything to get a wholesaling deal. I've tried everything. You've tried everything? Really? You've tried everything. Pet peeve of mine. You haven't tried everything. The pre-probates. I'm like, have you done the pre-probates? No. Shocker, right? So let me get this straight with you guys, okay? Pre-probates is a list that is pretty much exclusive with listria.com. It is kind of a marketing term. I don't like the term pre-probates because people in their minds think, okay, well, I don't have to pull probates anymore. I can just use Propstreams. No. There is completely different, okay? This is the difference between an Oreo and a chocolate chip cookie. They're both cookies, but one is so much better than the other. And they both taste differently, right? Yeah, they both taste good with milk, but like they're completely different vibes, you know? And so I like food too much. You can tell, but pre-probates are so much different than probates. I just FYI. All right. Pre-probates are worse than probates, but they're so much easier to get. And that's the difference. It is like the difference between eating a burger and getting like a 5-course steak. They're both good. They're both beef, but one's just so much higher quality than the other. Now, are you going to eat steak every night? Probably not, right? So it's fine. But that's the difference between a McDonald's hamburger and just a steak dinner at a nice place, right? Like there's a big difference. And so the pre-probates are good, but they're not going to be the top quality. So everyone knows watching this, probates, number 1, you have to pull the probates. Pull it, okay? You need pull the probates. So let me repeat this one more time. You need to pull the probates. That being said, now, if you want to add something on, you feel like your market's too saturated, the pre-probate list is great. Now, if you're getting confused with probates, pre-probates, let me explain the difference. Basically, what pre-probates are, they're not actually probate. So I know I'm really confusing you guys saying this. I'm confusing myself. Let's talk about probates for a second. Probates is basically a court action for basically the execution of somebody's will to see what happens when somebody passes away, right? It is a court record that is filed. These people, they filed it. They're still grieving, obviously, but like they're ready to move on the process, right? They're actually trying to get the property. They're trying to get the deed moved over. They're trying to probably sell it. They've made a decision. They want to to move on, right? The pre-probate is basically, I call it the deceased owners. That's the best way for me to describe it. These are basically people that died. I don't know what other way to say it, but these are people that owned houses that died. Pretty simple, right? The difference between probates and pre-probates, somebody dies about 3 or 4, heck, even a year later, the probate gets filed. And so you can get a head start on everyone that does the probates with the pre-probate list. Now, because this is such an innovative and new list, it is not going to be 100% accurate. I will let you know. Basically, how Propstream does it, and I'm not quoting them because I can't give you too much quotes how they use their stuff. But from my best estimates of me cross-referencing it and doing my own research, they find people that have death records, and then they say, does that John Quentin Smith that lives in Dallas, Texas? There's only one one Jason or John Quentin Smith that owns a property in Dallas. That must be the same guy, and that's kind of how they do it. I don't know which way to describe the best way, but they do their best guess of people that passed away on a large scale that owned houses. These are deceased owners. The point is, the guy died. You want to go after the relatives. Boom. Pretty simple, right? And so the pre-probate list is very good. Now, is it the most perfect list? Should it be like your number one list of all time? No. It should be something you add on top of something to make it better. All right. It's something to add on your list. It's something to add. Don't be the only person that pulls pre-probates. Don't be doing that. But I'm telling you, it could do very, very well. So pre-probates, I love the pre-probate list, but it's only good if you do it correctly. A lot of wholesalers, they pull the pre-probate list and they try calling the dead person. They try to go after someone and they go after the relative and they have a bad cold calling script and they don't know. You have to do pre-probates the right way. And that's why you have to go to my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com. We'll break down how to do it the right way, but you have to know how to do pre-probates the right way. So let me show you how to pull pre-probates. Let me show you how, and then after that, I'm going to tell you how to do it the correct way. So let's get into it. So we are in Propstream right here, listri.com. And what we're going to do is pull the pre-probates. And so let me know, guys, in the chat, what market I should be going after. Where should I pull the pre-probate list? We have a free list for everyone if you want to go after it. So let me know in the comments what market I should pull the pre-probates in. And so we'll give it a second. Let me clear all my filters out of here. Let's go to clear here and let me know where exactly I should pull pre-probate. So someone wants me to do Massachusetts. So I will actually do, all right, we'll do Massachusetts. Fine. All right, fine. So let's do Worcester. Is it Worcester? I think it's Worcester. I think that's what it's actually called, but all right. Worcester is actually a decent wholesaling market in Massachusetts, so we can do it. So all we're going to do here is go to filter, quick list, and we're going to go to pre-probate. They even call it deceased owner, so you don't get confused. So you go to pre-probate right here, and it's going to pull 661, which isn't bad. And so let's kind of pop up a property and kind of look at it and see how that works. So we're going to go here, and this property just went out. So the person died and it just went on the MLS. And so it looks like Joan died probably. And then Edmund listed the house, or Edmund did it and he did it, whatever it was. But it looks like somebody passed away. Oh, owner one passed away. So Edmund, RIP, passed away. And then Joan, who is the other person, she just listed the house. So that one is a little too fast. So what we're going to do here is we have the pre-probate. So what we're going to do is just filter it a little more. Honestly, I don't really care what type. I just want to keep it residential for now. The rest I don't really care about. So I'll keep it residential. What I want to do is MLS, make sure it's not on the MLS. Perfect. And then we want to make sure that the person is an individual. We don't want to do corporate deceased, if that makes sense. And then valuation, we want to stay below $500,000. What's the median home price? Median home price, 400. Let's stay below 400 here. And let's do 420, 415. Make comments if I did that. All right. And so, all right, there. And so we did 415. Equity. Now, personally, I like doing subject to deals. So I do whatever equity possible because that's what works well for me for probates. But if I'm just strictly trying to get some wholesaling cash, I'm going to do 40% equity. So we're going to go back in here and we're going to go do 40% equity. And that's going to be 325. And I don't think that's bad at all. I think that's pretty good. Now, the ownership, do I care how many years they own it? No. Number of properties owned, we'll leave it at 5. That doesn't really do much. And then boom, it pops it up. and it's pretty good. So like you get something right here. So it looks like deceased owner here worked. And so this one was a failed MLS. So that's maybe not our best one either. We don't do failed MLS properties either. So you go here, not on market, and status. You can just put never listed too if you want to do that. So you don't even want to deal with the failed listings. You can just click never listed. I personally, I mean, it's like 7 properties. I don't really think it's a big deal. And I can do ones that didn't work either. So honestly, I'll just do that. And then 310, these are people that passed away that own real estate. And that works out pretty well, right? I mean, I don't think that's bad at all. And so like, for example, let's kind of pop up this property right here. Once I pull this up, what I can see here is a Basil passed away, unfortunately. And so it's like, what should we be going after, right? So since he passed away, you're going to go contact the wife. And so you can still use the same mailing address because the mailing address is mixed and you'd be good. Now, what do I do if I don't know who the person passed away with their relatives information is, right? What I'm going to do here is just copy this name and I'm going to go to a website like truepeoplesearch.com, truepeoplesearch.com. And what I'm going to do here is do a name search. What was the city? The city was, oh yeah, we're Kester. We're Blester. Don't sue me on this one. All right. So I hope I don't get in trouble. Let's make this one small. Hold on. I have to make it tiny for the algorithm. Sorry, the algorithm does not like me sharing data. So I'm going to go here and we're going to click search and he doesn't pop up on here. That's very sad. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go by address. So give me a second. Let's go by address here. Oh, wait. No, I did Ohio, didn't I? Oops. That change it? Hold on. Nope. All right. I got to do it the other way. All right. Give me a second. Let's do address. His address was 43. Oh, it's not shared. Hold on. Share screen. There we go. So don't get too much information on this one. Let's see here. The guy's name. Oh, I gotta make it smaller. I get some info on it. It's not the best. So no, it ain't gonna work either. So I'm gonna go back to name search and look up the other lady. So Joan B-E-O-U K-A-L-I-S. Is that right? See, it's right there. All right, I can do another thing really quick. I know this doesn't sound good to say, but I'm going to try it. All right, I'm going to look up the guy on the internet. Let's see here. Picture doesn't pop up either. It's sad. Well, I can't get his information on that, so it's going to be a little harder for me to wholesale that type of lead, so let's just try another one. That's the problem with the pre-probates. Like, some people are just ghosts on the internet. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go back here. Let's do another one. I just want to show you how to do it. Let's do this one. And this is kind of the boring part on pre-probates that no one ever talks about, but all right, here's another one. So this one is going to be Nestor A. Toro. So we're going to go search him up. Oh, I did. And so when I search this guy up, let's see here. Name doesn't pop up. Let's put the address. 26. So I'm going to go here. And when I search up Main Ave, I see this property right here. The 26? Yeah. All right. So when I pop it up here, I get some data. And so what I can do is just click. There's the Nestor guy. So it shows there's a death record from 2008. I don't know if that's exactly correct. So what we're going to do is just look for possible relatives. So I think this is actually the actual relative. This guy, he's junior. And then boom, you got his phone number right here. And then you can call him up and see what's up with the property. Now, he might have died. Like, he might have died in 2008, but his name is still on the property. And so when you look at truepeoplesearch.com, you actually get the son who lives in California and you just got his phone number right there. Boom, call him up. Easy, right? I know it's kind of boring me doing the research for that, but that's the stuff you have to do to get pre-probate deals that other wholesalers aren't willing to do. And so how do I contact them? I get the phone number. What do I do? All I'm going to do is I'm going to use my regular script. So I'm going to say, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question. Are you looking to sell your property? Right? You can do that. Like, so if I can go out here and just put a sticky note on the house that, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question. Please give me a call back. Boom. I can probably put that on the property. Now, if I'm going to cold call them, that's going to be bad. Like that type of script won't work. And if I'm going to cold call, it's going to say, hey, is this the owner of 26 blank street algorithm? Yes, this is the owner. Well, hey, Nestor, hey, I just had a quick question. Are you looking to sell the property at all? Are you interested in selling it? Boom. Simple, easy as that. Don't say, hey, I saw your dad died. I want to buy his house. That will not do well. I promise you that is not going to be the list that's going to do well. You want to do it a little better. You kind of want to do it correctly with respect. That's the best way to do it. So that's how you do pre-probates. I know I'm kind of just getting the nitty-gritty details of it, but I truly believe if you don't pull the pre-probate the right way and you don't know how to do it the right way, you're going to be set up, honestly, just to fail. So I don't want you doing that. So yeah, the research part. So let's, drum roll, please. Let's do my top prop. Actually, honestly, no, I want to know. Let me know in the chat. We're going to get a little suspense while we wait. What list do you think is my number one Propstream list? I'm actually curious what the people think. I do want to judge what you guys are thinking here because There's only one list that is better than every other one. There's only one. The top gangster list for PropStream. If you go to listREI.com, you want to get a deal, what's the fastest way to get a deal? I'm generally curious in the comments what we're going to do. Let's see what that poll says too while I'm waiting. Poll ended up 61%. That's not bad out here. All right, cool. All right, so number one here, we got utility lien. All right, not bad. Pre-foreclosure is not the pre-foreclosure. I love the pre-foreclosures, FYI, everyone, but that's not going to be my top one. Oh, there's way better ones than pre-foreclosure. Pre-foreclosures are motivated, but the problem with the pre-foreclosure is so many people are going after it and doing it. That's it. Reverse drawing for dollars actually is a fair one, but I will tell you, it's not a list you can just like pull. You have to. So reverse drawing for dollars is an earned list, right? There's no FSBO on PropStream. I do want to give everyone FYI. ListREI.com, when you do sign up for it on the free trial, you can download the app, which is free also if you have the free trial, and you can drive for dollars for free. It literally costs no money to drive for it. The PropStream comes with the drawing for dollars app on your phone. That's pretty cool too. So this is the best one. It's not my favorite one, though, but it's still a very good one. Let's talk about it. No one has guessed correctly. Not one person in the chat has guessed correctly what my number one list is. So you know what that means? Either you don't know me well enough, or you probably, most likely, haven't done it. So let's talk about it. Not one guess. There's all these guesses: code violations, credit card, high equity, off market, technically off market, I guess. Which one? Let's break it down. It is what I call my triple stacked motivation list. I know it's a fancy term, but it's definitely one that I highly recommend right now. I call it my triple stacked list. What is my triple stacked motivated list? You know, you know what they say, when it rains, it pours. And so when a list has one motivation, there's a good chance of getting the deal. When the list has two motivating factors, there is a really good shot you get a wholesaling deal. Once there is three motivating factors on a deal, it is almost guaranteed that they could be motivated. Like, it's almost guaranteed this is 100% worth pursuing. And so basically what that means is if you can stack lists on top of each other, it's going to be probably one of the best lists to be going after. So you probably haven't thought about this, or stacking lists used to be a big thing when I started wholesaling, and like the gurus stopped talking about it because they can't really sell programs doing that. But it used to be really popular, and it's still what we use today. But PropStream is a great one. And so what it basically is this is an example. This isn't like what it is. It's an example. So I'm going to pull all the vacants. So if you have a vacant property, you probably have a motivating factor. I'm going to pull all the liens, and then I'm going to pull all the tired landlords. And I'm going to see where do all these intersect? What are ones that are repeat? And it's going to give me a list doing this of properties that are vacant, that have a lien on it, that used to be a rental property, or whatever other factor on top of that too. So there's three stacked motivating factors on that list. It is insane. And the sad part, which is probably the most exciting part for you watching this, is most wholesalers don't know how to pull it. They've never heard about it before. That means your competition ain't going after it. It's a great one. And you don't have to use some crazy stacking software type thing. You can just do it straight up from here. Now, personally, what I love doing, probably my favorite one is to pull a government list and then cross-reference that with other PropStream lists to see which one intersect even more. But that's just me. And so what's a triple stack list? So let's kind of go into PropStream, listREI.com. And let's kind of see what the triple stacked list is. So let's kind of get in this one. So let's go here. Let's clear it out, guys. Let me know in the chat, what should I do with triple stacked lists? Where should I do the triple stack? Let me know what market. Oops. Yeah. Let me know what market we'll be doing it. I'll be patient. We'll see which ones pops up, just to show you I'm not picking favorites. But I'm telling you, PropStream is like an onion. There's layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers that you can go use it, right? So Rochester, New York. All right, that's a good one. So let's go to Rochester, New York. And so how are we gonna get stacked lists on there, right? So what I'm basically gonna do is let's click vacant. So let's get all the vacant properties. All right, there's 2,893 vacant properties in Rochester, New York. What I'm going to do is let's go to characteristics. Let's keep it residential for now. And what I'm going to do is not on market. And so let's find one that is currently in a pre-foreclosure. So one that currently has a notice of default. There's 185 vacant pre-foreclosures. That's two stacked lists. That's technically what we call a zombie property. So FYI, if you don't know that, a zombie property is basically a vacant pre-foreclosure. It's a pre-foreclosure where someone just gave up and they walked out of the house. So that's two. What's the third one we can add on here? Honestly, it's up to you. let's just see if they have a lien, a tax lien, a utility lien, a credit card lien, HOA. I don't like child support liens. So there's only 10. Like it's not a lot, but honestly, if you throw me to Rochester and I only have 10 calls I can make to get a deal, and if it's between the Dolphins win the Super Bowl or not, I would have to do this, right? If you told me Rochester, you only have 10 calls, you got to do a deal as Dolphins don't win the Super Bowl this year, which they obviously are, I got to go out. Like, I got to be careful here, right? And so I'm going to go after all these and all these motivating factors. Like, let's kind of pull up this property right here. Like, this is kind of the poster child of a motivated deal, right? So this property right here, let's get rid of all the stuff. Hold on. This is the poster child. Let's kind of look at this really quick, right? This is a deal from this owner that, first and foremost, this is a property that had sold in 2015, is currently from Citizens Bank in a pre-foreclosure. And it's been in pre-foreclosure since, oh my Lord, it's almost 11 months. That's crazy. Not 11 months. Sorry, 10 months, right? 10 months? Maybe. My brain's going crazy today. All right. Since basically November. That's ridiculous. And they have a list pendants here. I can get the pre-foreclosure history on there. And so they got the trust information and they got the documents and all this. There's also a lien, an abstract of judgment in 2019 from a lawyer. So I can just look up the court case. So probably somebody got a lien on the property, probably credit card related. Who knows? All right. So Maricela says this is too fast for me to follow. So I'll redo it again for you, and I'll go super slow for you. But you can also replay this, right? You can replay this on YouTube. That's the point. But you go to the court case and you look it up, right? It was, that was 2015 when they sold it. So this is a lien. It's a pre-foreclosure. It's currently vacant right now. And so, yeah, the mailing address is the same, but no one's living in the house. So it's a pre-foreclosure with a lien. Holy moly. That is a motivated deal right there. That is someone you should definitely go and call. And so, like, let me just, if you will, let's go try to call this person up really quick. Let's see if I can get a wholesaling deal. We're gonna copy this. We're just gonna put it in truepeoplesearch.com. So do it. Hold on. Let me get their information really quick. Address search. I hope YouTube does not get mad at me for doing this, but I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? All right. So I got their information right here. I'm just gonna call them really quick. Is their phone number submitted? Dang it, I don't got a phone number here. Call a relative. Skip trace. Actually, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna use the secret software that we're releasing soon for it. We're gonna see if that pops it up. Let's go by address. I'm using a secret software that I can't talk about still in development, but her phone number does pop up in the secret software. So I just want to give everyone FYI, we are actually releasing a secret software that is 30, 40, 50 times better than truepeoplesearch.com that gets anyone's phone number for free. It's truepeoplesearch.com on steroids. I can't release it yet, but in the next week or two, it should come out because I want to make all the gurus cry. But I just pulled up that secret. Secret software. Let's see. Oh my Lord. All right. That's so funny. All right. So let's go pop it up here. So I got the secret software. I actually got their phone number right here. So let's call these people up. I love this. It's so amazing. Hey. Dang it. All right. Hold on. Let's go try to call this. All right. Let's use the other phone number. All right. Do the other one. All right. She's driving me crazy. She's not even being associated with that. That ain't working right now. Oh, whatever. All right. So none of the phone numbers worked on there apparently. So I guess we're still in development. But yes, I mean, it's never perfect, but just try to call them. But I'm excited for the secret software. It works really well. And so that's basically, let's go back into Propstream right here. So like it gets these type of properties out here. And there's a mortgage on it right here. So it's a great opportunity right now for you guys to be going after. But these triple stacked lists, just whatever factor you want. So like what are other good factors, right? They got divorce as a factor, right? Free and clear properties. I can add a pre-foreclosure on that. A lien is vacant, a zombie property, senior owner. I don't really go after senior owners at all. You can do a lot of other great things on here, but Propstream is an amazing software. I can't stress about it enough. So what I want to do really quick is just show you some other things you can do inside of Propstream, just really quick, because I just want to show you for everyone that signed up for listarea.com what you can do with it really quick. So really quick, I'm going to go as fast as possible here so we can get this done. Number one, there is a rehab calculator inside of Propstream. A lot of people don't know how to do that. You click here, there's this little tool, right? No one even knows about it. Right here, it's a rehab calculator. Boom, you click that and you got to save the property. So I'll just save it. To do it. And what it's going to do is pop up. All right, cool. Oops, hold on. Whoa. And once you click that rehab calculator, it's going to put you into what they have is Blue Hammer. And I actually love Blue Hammer. They always switch what it is called and stuff like that. But once you click rehab calculator, what it's going to do is put you in a Blue Hammer. Blue Hammer costs like, I think $5-10 a month that you get inside of Propstream for free, which is pretty cool. And it can calculate the repairs. And so open up a new project. It's got all the information on there already, which is pretty cool. Got all this. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to estimate new house characteristic. What is it missing? Living area. What's the living area? 1,200 square feet. Single family. Good. All right, cool. And so we're just going to create an estimate on the property if I'm talking to a seller. And so let it pop up for a second here. And so like, if I want to figure out how much flooring is going to be in that area, things like that, it's actually going to pop it up for us. And so I go into here, it'll just show us like, okay, if I got to redo the bathroom, let's say we got to do that, I can just add that on top of that too, right? Got it. All right. So I can do project summary. I can do the entire house, things like that, right? So entry foyer, it can get a little overwhelming how much you can do on it, but search by popular projects. And I can do like, let's see, we're going to do the bathrooms, complete remodel. Ceramic tile, make it easy. Good. Do master bathroom. So it's going to estimate what a complete rehab for a master in that area is going to be. And it says it'll cost, if I'm going to do a complete remaster, 10 grand. Honestly, it's a little high because the labor. So about 4 grand is probably what it is. It'll probably cost you 5 or 6 if you have someone doing the labor on it to redo the master on a property like that. So rehab calculator is really cool in that. That's actually how you do it in Propstream. And then I can go back into Propstream here. Go here. Let me show you some other cool stuff too. If you want to find cash buyers on Propstream, so how do you do this? If I'm in Rochester, right? Clear all, go back to Rochester. If I want to start finding cash buyers, all I'm going to do here is go to filter, quick list, and I can do cash buyers. And this is going to be a list of every single person that bought a house for cash. Pretty simple. I'm going to go here to, this is really important when you're doing cash buyers. We're going to click list view, sale date, and then these are the newest sale dates. So JDM Homes currently owns 21 houses. That's pretty crazy. And he just bought this house. And so it looks like he bought it for 100K. And oh no, he bought it on the MLS. You'd buy it. They're estimating 99 grand. Oh yeah, because he bought it for 100 grand. Perfect. And you do get MLS comps and access on here on Propstream, which is really cool. And so boom, you can get cash buyers pretty easy on that one. So how do you find cash buyers? It's pretty simple from there. Also, if you want to do Rochester, I clear all here. You can also do market research. And so one cool part about Propstream, I don't want to get a full tutorial today. I'm just showing you like really quick here. I can go here, I can go to analytics, and I can just look at rental values. Clear all Rochester. And I go here, I go rental values, and I put rent per square foot. I should just do estimated values, price per square foot. And what you can do when you're looking inside of Rochester, you can find areas that are a little hotter and like that aren't. And so I just do estimated value in general. And I'll show you, this is like the nicer part of town. This is like the cheaper part of town. And you see like, okay, this area is the nicer part. Some of these areas are not the nicer part, right? And you can just kind of look around and kind of see what areas are more expensive, what areas are not. This is just for property analytics, right? You can look at price growth. In the past 3 years, what parts have grown the most, like value-wise, which are really hot. Inside of it, it can show you inside of Rochester where it's hot and where it's not. Pretty crazy you can do that stuff, but it works really, really well there too. There's a lot of analytics too, and all these great things. But honestly, I could tell you that you really can't go wrong with it, right? And then, so you go cash buyers, you can do that. You can also do what we call the flippers tab. So go to Rochester. Let's get rid of the analytics. I can go here and go to the flippers tab, and it'll give me a list of every single person that flips properties. So basically like this person right here, Flawless Properties LLC, right? So they bought this house for $290 and they put it on the house. Wait, did it sell? We're doing something with that. Is this property on the MLS for $299? No way. Yeah, it looks like they broke even on it. Yikes. Yeah, that's not a good flipper. Let's go to another flipper. That flipper doesn't know what they're doing. Let's try this one. They bought it for $125. And it listed for $270. So that's the person that flipped the entire house. That's pretty cool. And who's the owner on that? You can just go here to Lenmar LLC that owns 2 houses. And so I can go here. I can search their mailing address, put that mailing address inside of Propstream. So I'm just going to copy it, paste, and then boom, you can go in there. Now, that's not working right there. So you just go to truepeoplesearch.com for it. And then you can find the information that you absolutely need on here. It's insane what Propstream can do. And that's why you just go to listerarea.com for it. I'm telling you, it's insane. I don't think a lot of people understand. That's why you got to go to my free wholesaling course, freewholesaling.com, because inside of freewholesaling.com, I have a full tutorial of everything on there. You can actually create your own website inside of Propstream. Not a lot of people know that. There's so many great stuff. You can do emails through it too. That you got a Trying for Dollars app. Like, it's insane. So if you guys want to try out Propstream, just go to listerarea.com, try it for free. But honestly, there's a lot of great lists to be pulling. Trying for Dollars is going to be personally my favorite one, but you can't pull a list on there. So if you got to pull a list, I would probably do it instead of there. So What I want to do is see a couple questions we got here and see what we can do here. What's up, guys? Yeah, Steve's right. The blue hammer is a little higher than what it is, but yeah. So is it a good way to use Propstream in a non-disclosure state? So in a non-disclosure state is basically a state where you need MLS access. Propstream does have MLS comps. So a lot of people say it has MLS access. It doesn't have MLS access. What MLS access is you can log into the multiple listing service and you can list your own properties. Propstream, that's technically illegal. So no, that's why Propstream will give you these sold properties and they'll give you comps on the MLS. Now they dropped it a year and a half ago. They lost it for like a month or two, and then they got the rights back. They had to sign an agreement. Basically, they have to be 1% off with their comps. So it's not officially the MLS one. But if a property sold in the MLS for 100 grand, Propstream has to legally put a multiplier on that. So either it's sold for 99,000 or 101,000, just so it's not MLS information because the realtors get mad. But it basically has the MLS information on there. So yeah, see here. I appreciate the secret sauce. Awesome. Let's see here. Yeah, if you can drive those houses, go after them. I'm telling you. But like, remember the other type of list on there, you can't go wrong with the vacants. You can't go wrong with the pre-foreclosures, right? But just those are the ones that everyone and their mom pulls. And so you want to get that slight edge. And so you want to do those 5. So actually what I want to do, let's just recap these really quick. Just if you're going to write them down. So number 5, remember, is going to be the water shutoff list. You go to the utility lien section and pull it from there. It's not the official water shutoff list, but it's the best one you can do. So the water shutoff list is a great one. Number 4 here, this is going to be the tax delinquency list or the tax lien list. You go to tax delinquencies on the quick list filter on there, boom, and then you go to tax liens right there. Pretty easy from there. Now, number 3 here, this is going to be your tired landlord list. This is going to be basically a list of people that have rental properties and they're tired of it. They've owned it for a while. They just want to get rid of it. So definitely do the tired landlord list. Number 2 is going to be the pre-probates. If you know how to do the pre-probates correctly, you can do very well. If you don't, I probably want to say it's going to be the best list for you. So be careful on that one. And then number 1 is going to be the triple stacked lists with multiple motivations on there. Heck, you can do the vacants and then maybe the liens and then maybe see if a government list is associated with them. There's a million ways to do it, but those would be the ones to it, right? And then you do cash buyers, all these great things, right? But yeah, across the country, you can do it pretty easy. Yeah, home values, make sure they're less than the median home price. It's not guaranteed like it has to be, but usually if you got to get a rough rule of thumb, it's going to be the best one. And Diana says, I have videos on how to find cash buyers, and I explain it very well because it's very easy to find cash buyers. You can go to the For Rent on Zillow. You can even pull the cash sales on Propstream. Cash buyers are not difficult at all, right? Like, so if you're having a hard time finding cash buyers, you just got to go to freewholesaling.com, my free wholesaling course. Let me show you what the link is. Where is it? It's right here. Freewholesaling.com. Cannot stress this enough. If you're brand new in wholesaling, go to the course, go through all the videos. I know it's a lot of videos to do, but I promise you, it is a $7,000 course. I could sell it for $7,000 and I'll get paid $7,000 for giving that course to sell that course. But I give it to the people for free because I truly believe knowledge is power, and you having the right knowledge is going to be the difference between you making 20K this month wholesaling houses, you making no deals this month. It's how much you know. It's how much you're going to put effort into this business so you can actually get some wholesaling deals. Guys, go to freewholesaling.com. It's my free stinking wholesaling course, and I'm telling you, go there. Also, go to listaria.com. Try out Propstream absolutely for free, and you should be good. The last thing I want to say before we sign off here is don't think that Propstream is going to be like the difference, right? I don't have to work hard. I just buy Propstream and then boom, it worked. Like, no, you have to put effort into it. And once you put your effort and action and you use a good Propstream list, that'll do well. Don't think you can be a lazy bum, use Propstream and do it all for it. It does a lot. It's a tool. It's a shovel. You can dig with your bare hands or dig with a shovel. The shovel is going to make it easier. But if you don't want to work hard, you ain't going to do well at all. So guys, go to listaria.com, go to freewholesaling.com, and I'll see you soon. This is Zach signing out. I'll see you on the next live stream. Appreciate it, guys.